What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another VitoVerse. We are live again for another week. Hopefully, I got everything working right this time. Because last week or the last time we was on, I was kind of stumbling and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That kind of it was first time back. It was first time back. I got my co-host here with me. Noto, what's going on?
What up? What up? How you guys doing?
Yep. And waiting on SandStorm. He was somewhere watching the game today. You know what I'm saying? Our Spartans had to do what we had to do and put them old miss what they anyway. Whatever they is, they don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We slayed them. You know what I'm saying? We cut their heads off. You know what I mean? Just metaphorically speaking. You know what I'm saying? But we is kind of savage like that too at the same time. But anyway, but what's going on? No, what's cracking?
Not much. Just counting down Obadiah's birthday. That's all it is. We're just the end of March. We're going into April. So this is going to be very, very, very interesting first birthday.
yeah, for sure. Also, behind the scenes, you was talking about the first Easter coming up, or no, not second.
Oh yeah. No, his first Easter actually as well.
Yeah.
Because Easter last year was the end of March actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. True. Yeah.
So yeah, we're actually getting all that stuff together. Beyonce made a personal Easter basket with his name on it, and actually says "love" and "bless" on the side of it. It's huge. And mine's kind of behind the scenes. I showed Vito what mine's gonna look like. His is gonna be a Mario Brothers theme because his Easter basket was like the Mario Brothers, the mushroom.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of getting the last bit of the pieces I need to get ready for that and get done, which I'll be getting tomorrow.
All right. That's what's up. And shout out to anybody watching this right now on Noto has connected us on live on X. I think that's what it's saying.
Yeah.
So shout out to anybody watching this right now live on Noto's joint, and shout out to those on YouTube watching us or whatever. We truly appreciate y'all stopping by. If y'all got any comments or whatever like that, feel and comment or whatever. If I can find where the comment box is. Anyway, but let's get into today's icebreaker and stuff like that. What are you currently watching? Like we normally do. We ain't really gonna change too much on stuff like that. So, Noto, what are you currently watching right now, dude?
Actually, I'm watching nothing right now. I've been, like I said, just been trying to get everything ready for Obadiah right now. So I have nothing that I've been watching. He's been the top priority at the moment right now. So nothing I can watch at the moment.
Oh, all right. So you've been watching Obadiah in the back of your eye.
I got to, man. I got to.
Nothing wrong with that. Yes, sir. So
that boy's growing. You know, I guess.
Oh yeah, for sure. So basically, what I've been watching, kind of the same boat as you, mainly because I've been every time I come home for the last couple of been not weeks, the last week I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, you know what I'm saying, for the first time. So I've been kind of diving into that. That's been taking up a lot of my but when I have watched, a couple of things here and there and stuff like that, I finished up Electric State, which it was a very underwhelming film for the Russo brothers, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know why they made this. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know the significance of it. Like but in this it's very interesting, you know what I'm saying? You got a post-apocalyptic world set in the 90s. Excuse me. With robots and stuff like that. The robots are like it's very iRobot slash I don't know how you would put this. It feels like any other sci-fi robotic serving type of what was that Megan Fox movie that just came out last year, where she was like a android or something like that, like a little servant or whatever like that. I forgot that it started with an S. But it kind of reminded me of that a little bit. Like just the fact that you got like comes up with these robots to help serve and all this other stuff, and really they end up taking over the world type stuff, and there ends up being a war. But then you have like it reminds me of the Creator with like the robots like have like their own thoughts and stuff. Like, dude, it's so many things this remind me of. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was so lackluster. You know what I'm saying? Like it really, you had big names in it, but you didn't really have the big like push. And I wasn't really catching the vibe of it. It didn't really feel like an adventure. I don't know. I started to watch Craven because it's on Netflix, and let me see.
Interesting.
I got to the part where he was an adult, and he found the almost got killed by the lion up in Africa or whatever like that, which the lion wasn't trying to kill him, it was trying to save him. And then I stopped watching it. So so that
what the heck?
So that goes to show you how interesting that was. I'm still watching.
Like a one and done situation. Pause.
It's one and I don't know. One and F this shit. Like that's literally what that was. I was like, hey, let me not continue to turn on this one. Like, nah, we not finna.
Makes sense.
Because I was like, it really did not feel like you could have you almost messed up the character of Craven. If we didn't get Craven in Spider-Man 2 the way he was and the way he's supposed to be, they would have messed it up. You know what I'm saying? For that year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that we had Spider-Man 2 to save the day on a lot of our Spider-Man, Spider-Verse characters and stuff like that. So but the movie, I don't know. Look, quit trying to make a villain a freaking superhero, bro. Like dead serious.
It's starting to become the norm now.
Yeah.
For some stupid reason.
Yeah, like don't like. Come on, cuz like reason, bro. Like, quit trying to make. Look, quit trying to make villains like you try to make Venom a good guy.
Yeah.
Like Venom is supposed to be like the ultimate, like that's supposed to be Spider-Man's like type situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't finna make Doomsday a superhero. You know what I'm saying? Like
if they do that, I'm going to be super.
There's no way they can though. He's too ugly. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like if they, I don't know how that would be almost like making General Zod, which they did. They did, but it was a Elseworld. It was a multiverse situation. What if Zod got sent instead of Clark to Earth and stuff like that? So that's how that kind of went. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it makes sense, especially if you're doing a what if. Then there's just what if.
Well, like with DC, it's technically not what if. It's actually like it exists. Like it's just another universe and stuff like that. So that's the DC. They don't do the what if thing. Like, what if this is this? No. They're saying like, no, this is what's going down. It's just in a different, universe. You know what I'm saying? So this is what's really going down for real. So we ain't shying away from it. But yeah, but anyway, let's see, what else am I watching? Oh, so I started to I think I said this last time too, but I started to pick up Rings of Time a little bit, try to finish that off.
Right. Yeah.
I finished off the season before this newer one, so I haven't got into the new ones just yet. Um, but very yeah. I gotta admit, like last season when it first came out, I wasn't into it. I think I like literally started watching it more a little later on, and then I didn't watch that last episode for some odd reason. But I got all the way down to that last episode, and I stopped. Same thing with Invincible. I don't know what's up with the Amazon series that I'm like I'm watching it, and then I stop right at the very last episode. It's not like the episode don't be out. I just for some reason just stop. So you know what I'm saying? Like
It's kind of like
anyway.
It's kind of like with me sometimes with I think with certain shows. That's kind of like me sometimes with certain shows. Like I'll get into it, and then I'll be like, I'll stop at like halfway, and then I'm like, okay, I'll just wait, and then all of a sudden I just totally forget about. I'm like, oh wait, we're done with this. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to kind of get around to that soon.
Yeah. So same thing with Invincible, you know, so I did that. But of course, like I always say, if it might be a subconscious thing, actually, you know what? I think I might do that and not even knowing that it excites me for the next season. So I'm like, oh, I didn't finish. So let me watch that real quick. End up watching it and going into that next season. It kind of it helps me wrap my mind around how the next season is starting instead of like a year or two down the road when the I'm trying to remember. Okay, yeah, that's what happened last time. Yeah. No, it's like fresh in my head. Like I just watched that last episode of the last season, so now it's like easing over for me. You know what I'm saying? So, so I'm still watching Invincible as well. I still have not finished that. I know they had the season for the General Zod, or not even General Zod dude, but the big bulky dude. You know what I'm saying? He's not even the General Zod of the whole situation. I think the dude with the no eye is like he's equivalent to like a General Zod, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, regardless, I'm at that. I have not watched it yet. So see what I'm talking about? I'd subconsciously do that, and I don't even realize that I do it until like I think about it. Like, oh snap, I have not watched the last episode. So yeah, so I definitely gotta do that. But those are what I'm currently watching right now. So if you guys are on Twitter or YouTube, go ahead and write down in the comment section or in the chat what are you currently watching and what's been occupying your TV space lately. So let's get into some news. Let's news. So right. Noto, what you got for us?
All right, so there's so much to talk about, and I have to hold back on a few things because we are going to have a topic on this anyway, so I may save it for a little bit later because it actually devolves with that, but we got something here. Okay, so Ryan Coogler says they haven't finalized Denzel Washington's deal to star in Black Panther 3 just yet. As long as he's interested, it's going to happen.
The question is what he's going to play.
Exactly.
But it's like, what is he going to play?
Exactly. That's the question of the day right there.
Yeah.
Or until we know something.
Yeah. So. See, I wonder. See, this is what I want to know with Black Panther 3. This is what I need out of Black Panther 3. Right.
I'm listening.
I need the introduction. Like I want.
Agree.
I want Storm's introduction, even though she's been introduced through What If. I want her like official like MCU introduction to be during Black Panther 3.
I mean, it would
reason why is because that Jean Grey is going to be introduced during Spider-Man 4, which is crazy. I'm like, what does she have to do with Peter? Like nothing at all. Like that's the weirdest thing ever.
It is. Like it makes no sense. Like why? Like why all of a sudden I don't know.
Look, you bring a redhead in, don't say the character, but then y'all give us a character and you give us a character that has nothing to do with. When I see a redhead in Spider-Man, who the first person you think of?
Shoot,
Mary J.
Mary J.
So I'm thinking, oh, the real Mary J is about to pop up now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that's about to happen, but no. Y'all say it's Jean Grey. Like, that's weird. So I don't know how.
My question is like, wait, was she even introduced in the comics, like in Spider-Man? Because I feel like she.
I think honestly, I don't know if that's a. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think this is even. I don't know if it's really a like a real thing. You know what I'm saying? If it's really confirmed, like that doesn't seem like that should be confirmed. Like that,
I think that really shouldn't.
I think that's like a grain of salt situation or something. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know, but I do agree.
We'll keep on keeping our ears out.
Yeah. But I do agree with the whole introducing Storm. That does make a lot of sense. It makes a good amount of sense right there. So I'm like, yeah, if we get to introduce the Storm in Black Panther 3, that would be great. At least that would be great though.
To be honest, I think they missed the opportunity with some type of. They could have did something like this, man. Growing up, we all know Angela Bassett would have been a great Storm. You know what I'm saying? Like even now, even right now, like the way she acts, she's a great Storm, right? We know. Yeah. There's a couple of actresses back in the 80s and 90s, and maybe 80s and 90s, maybe that would have been great Storms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Angela Bassett is one of them 90s, right? I think she got a lot of her roles during the 90s. I could be wrong. She could have had a lot of younger roles when she was younger in the 80s, but I think a lot of her like breakout roles and stuff like that was the 90s. Of course, we had
early 90s, I'm thinking, right? Yeah.
No, like all through the 90s.
Okay.
Like the whole that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I said her younger self was in the 80s. All through the 90s, she had her breakout roles, like all her like roles where she's showing her range throughout the whole 90s. And she's one of those like unsung heroes, you know what I'm saying, of the 90s.
Yep.
Like she really has like catalog. Like you look down her resume, like she when we say somebody is in every movie or just about every movie, she's one of those people that's just like that. Like you got black actors that just kept working. It's Angela Bassett, and Freeman, Forrest Whitaker, and the notorious Samuel Jackson. These four actors have been in like back in the 90s, they had film wrapped up. They was everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So Angela Bassett was one of them. So for her, so at that time when she, you know what I'm saying, doing her little breakout roles, getting it in, we had X-Men, the animated series. The lady that does the voice for Storm sounds like Angela Bassett. So all that made sense, like making Angela Bassett a Storm at any given time. Y'all do a live action. But of course, we got Halle Berry when we first got our first live action and stuff. Like, you know, which some people say that wasn't bad. Honestly, I'm going off of acting ability and stuff like that. I don't see her as a Storm. You know what I'm saying? She was cool as a Storm. And yes, she was my Storm, you know, up in the, 2000s or whatever, late 90s, early, you know what I'm saying, 2000 or whatever. But she was, you know, my Storm. And I think a lot of the fact that she was my Storm is because she was a high thing still, you know what I'm saying, at that time, you know what I'm saying. But like acting ability, I don't get Storm from her. I get another character from. Not saying that she's not a great actress or she can't act a Storm. I don't feel like she gave me Storm. like the way we were seeing it in the cartoons. You think she pretty much Superman when she come up in that thing. She get the she get the yelling and Storm start stirring up and all that type of stuff. You be like, oh, it's about to rain on their head out that mud. You know what I'm saying? like it's about to get hit with the lightning. You know what I mean? With Holly. Oh, what's up, Dark Sun? Yeah, Dark Sun. Well, you almost threw me off. I'm up here getting into my. I'm getting into my little. Yeah, my Storm, my Storm little mode. But yeah, like, you know, like Angela Bassett gives you that same voice and that energy, where Holly kind of gives you that energy, but not is it like Angela would. You know what I'm saying?
That's forceful.
So like, I think they missed the opportunity because they could have stood up here because she had that white hair during Black Panther, right?
Yup.
They could have said like she was Storm, and for some reason her powers or something happened, right? Where Professor Xavier had to wipe people's memories and stuff like, and wipe her memories and suppress her powers, like block it or something like that, suppress her powers. And she married T'Chaka. She married T'Chaka or whatever like that. And pretty much that's our Storm and Black Panther marriage reunion type thing. And really she's like T'Challa's mom, you know what I'm saying, like mom or whatever. And then like when Namor comes in, right? Of course, we know him as the first mutant in comics, but you know, as Namor comes in, this new threat, and he goes through the defenses and stuff like that of Wakanda. They could have had it where them powers kind of like when she got drowned or whatever like that during that one little scene where she died or whatever. She really does. What happens is she goes into this state where she like her powers wake up, like she remember who she was and stuff like that, and her powers like wake up or whatever, and she comes out of nowhere and be like, shh. And now you got Storm up in the MCU. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that could have been cool. And then we got the Storm we wanted. Well, got the Storm we wanted, but it's still cool. You know, that was a far stretch. You know what I'm saying? That I knew it wasn't gonna happen. That's just something I would want to do. You know what I'm saying? But I would want them still to introduce a Storm, especially if we're not knowing how they're. It's gonna be so crazy how they're gonna. They're doing it slowly, but it's still like you're not really doing it. But also too, later on in our discussions, we're gonna discuss something that's probably the reason why we haven't had the mutants yet. They're probably how they're gonna explain it, and one of the reasons. And it's probably the same reason why we haven't had the Fantastic Four in our MCU.
Yep.
But yeah, so.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. It might cut out just because of my internet stuff right now. So, bear. There's really nothing I can do on my on your end. Well, besides turn some of this stuff off.
Hey man, you know how it goes. Shoot.
All right, so yeah. So let's see if I can. All right, so anyway, hopefully it'll get better. Hopefully, and it might just be the fact that I'm doing like this too. I don't know. Darson, let me know if it's like my mic or if it's like
I think you just
my view.
Because you're actually not doing as much now.
Okay.
But we'll still keep on.
Still let me know, because I do move around. Like, I don't know if it's something like that, or what I'm saying, or if it's like cut like a real.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so
all right.
Basically, that'll be the perfect time to really introduce. You know what I'm saying? I think Storm, and what's crazy? I really think the next it's weird that they're in Century during the Thunderbolts. I really think they missed the opportunity. They could have introduced like a Magneto or something during the Thunderbolts or something, or even a Wolverine. You know what I mean? Or both. Or a Sabretooth and Wolverine or something. So have introduced a mutant during that time instead of the Century, because the Century, you're going into a whole different realm, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I mean, I would definitely love to see maybe Sabretooth, because I mean, we just got Wolverine back, so that's one good sign. So I mean, having Sabretooth making the appearance would be cool as well.
Well, I don't know if they're going to use Hugh in the whole scheme of things. I still heard there's still a new Wolverine.
Well, I
cool.
mean, I wasn't really talking about just the actor itself. I was just saying, like, just bringing Wolverine in the picture, it just in general. You know,
Yeah.
that's
True.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I already knew he was already done with it. But the only reason why he actually ended up taking the mantle back for temporarily is because of the Deadpool movie. That was about it.
He's definitely gonna be in Battle World, or if they do the Battle World. Like all of those people, like everybody we've seen suit up, they're definitely gonna come back for that one event and stuff. It's definitely gonna come back. Everybody's Scarlet. Everybody's coming back for that last Secret War type things because the variances and things. Because they're still not done with variances. So
Oh yeah,
I hate when they say, "Oh, we're done with the multiverse." No, you're
no,
not.
we're not.
You're
Nowhere
nowhere near done.
near.
You know what I'm saying?
There's too many.
So
Like right now, there's too many plot holes that still haven't even been
yeah,
solved yet.
y'all didn't introduce people that's like, oh, look, you didn't introduce the whole young Avengers, even young T'Challa, like the
Mm-hmm.
little baby, like he ain't even no teenager yet. He like a 5-year-old
Yeah,
kid. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
you didn't introduce the whole young Avengers right now. So we're
Exactly.
cuz, and one of them came from a whole nother planet / dimension type thing, whatever that little world was that Hulk was trapped on.
Mm-hmm.
Sakaar, I think that was Sakaar. Yeah,
I think so.
whatever that is. Like, man, y'all gotta finish your meal. You know what I'm saying? Before y'all
Exactly.
start,
Finish your plate.
before you eat dessert, man, you gotta,
Yeah. Finish.
man,
You
y'all
gotta
ain't
finish your
done yet.
plate. You still got the look. You still got the what's it? You still got the broccoli and everything else on the plate, man. You still
Yeah,
gotta finish.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about the broccoli here in a minute too. That's one of our main topics too. But
Yup.
and of course, I'm talking all in metaphors. If y'all lost of what I'm saying, I'm talking in metaphors. We have some topics discussing more of, what's going on here.
Exactly.
Anyway, let me see. SandStorm is in the building.
All right. There he is.
Yo,
What's going on, Sand?
One up.
was good, not much.
Yeah.
Baby Sandstorm just got in the building, so I had to make sure that she was acclimated before I hopped in the cast. But now that she is, we are here.
Yep.
Mhm.
Basically,
Yep.
just mess with this.
So right now we are in the middle of news discussion. But real quick, if you want to tell us what you've been watching real quick, you know what I'm saying? That's cool.
Mostly anime related stuff.
All right, so right there we gotta stop. You can't say.
Yep.
Oh no!
animes.
I wouldn't tell you. I wouldn't tell you what
Noonami.
it is. But I'm telling you, I haven't really watched anything because most of it's been anime stuff.
Yeah. I think we kind of been there the same. Like we was saying, we was the same way. Like I haven't been watching anime. I've been playing Xenoblade and stuff like that. That been taking up my watch time, but.
And then I've been too busy
yeah.
I've been watching No Obadiah, so there you go.
That's a good show.
Yeah, that's The Life of Obadiah. About to be turned 1 year old.
It's on channel baby.
Right.
Yep, there you go. Oh man.
Yeah, but right now we're in the news, which I just drug out the first topic.
The first one,
the first one.
Super
I just
long.
drug that out as long as possible. But we was talking about Denzel Washington being signed on for Black Panther and stuff like that. So
okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So we're just waiting on we're just waiting on that at the moment.
Yeah.
So we went into a long conversation with that one.
Thank you, Dark Sun. Thank you. All right, cool.
Let's see. Let me find. I had another couple in my hands. That one's gonna be for anime.
I got one. It's actually, to be honest with you, I think it's more actually entertainment than it is gaming. But so kind of to leading into this, Nintendo launched their new Nintendo News app on the phone. So like all their news is coming in through that from Switch 2 and on. But the first thing that they threw out there on their new news app is that Zelda.
Stop.
I didn't even read the title. That's my bad.
In fact, I should have stopped you when you said Nintendo anything.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wait a minute.
I was letting it fly. I'll just let it fly just a little bit. But yeah, nah. let's refrain from Nintendo right now.
Yes.
Okay. I thought I had another news article.
All right, I got
That was
something.
non-gaming related, but I'll let you go first. Let me see if I can find it.
I got one. I got another one. This one's touching. I was like, what the heck is this? So, a massive cell phone has appeared in Los Angeles, seeming to relate to Christopher Landon's new movie, Drop.
Draw?
All right, so say it again. You what?
A massive cell phone has appeared in Los Angeles.
A massive cell phone.
Yeah.
So what? Okay, so
What does that mean?
Hey, it's like I'm looking at the picture right now. It's an actual cell phone. It just says Drop, and I'm like, what is this? I guess it's supposed to be the promotion for the new movie that's coming out. Or
I was about to say, I was like, is this a subliminal to Drake?
Yeah.
Like drop.
I mean, it could.
It's Kendrick. It's really Kendrick.
Yeah, I mean, it could. But
y'all misconstrued it.
Yeah. God damn it. I'm done with you. But yeah, so I was like, what the heck is this? So yeah, there's some more stuff with that, but that was one of the things that caught my attention there. Let's see what I got here. Oh, here's one. This one actually got my attention too. Let's see. The Rival of the Amazing King starring Matthew McConaughey in his first on-screen role in 6 years, and it's his early for one of the best movies in 2025. So basically, we haven't seen him in a movie for like how long? We've been seeing him do commercials, but now he's actually in a movie that we haven't seen in 6 years, or him in 6 years.
Yeah,
hey. Yeah. I mean, commend him. I mean, we've really been seeing him in commercials, literally constant, all day.
Yeah.
So there's that. I'm not gonna bring up those. I think I have one more on the list. This one is okay. I really want to talk. Well, no, I had to. I'll think I'll put this one for the anime section because this actually has something to do with Warner Brothers, and it's something very interesting. I was like, interesting. My last one I have is this one. This one actually caught my attention. It says, after 42 years, the Sundance Film Festival will be leaving Park City, Utah. Boulder, Colorado will be They'll be the new location in 2027.
I never knew where it was at to begin with, so
I heard about this. I just never knew where it was, but I heard.
That's what I'm saying. I know I've definitely heard about it. It's just, I never knew. Like I thought it was like Vegas or something, or Los Angeles or something like that. Like I had no idea it was in Utah.
Yeah, I ain't know either.
Which is crazy because I don't know nothing about Utah. Like there's nothing goes on in Utah.
I don't either.
Ain't nothing really popping in Utah. Who be just like Utah?
Utah.
I think I would though. I think I might buy a beach house up in Utah though.
Utah or Utah?
Utah. But you know that there was like, they got beach houses for sale up in Utah. And they looked at me and I was like, oh, for real? I was like, oh, for real? I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wait a minute. Utah in the middle of
nowhere?
Exactly. Like, come on, bro. But hey, they could have lakes. I don't know what they were talking about. Another interesting
Salt Lake is in Utah, so I mean, I guess that's something.
I would have thought, like, you talk about because we got a beach by Lake Michigan, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm from a place that actually has like, some beaches.
Right.
So, maybe they got a beach next to Salt Lake. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
all right, I'm done. I'm done on my end.
Are you done?
Yeah.
All right. So,
what you got?
SandStorm, what's my man that played the little dictator up in Far Cry 6? What's that dude name?
Dang, and I've been saying his name for a minute now.
The black Italian dude.
Yeah, man, we don't know what he is. He everything. He like the next Mario. Look like a black man. He can pass off as a Hispanic dude. Dang, what is his name?
It start with a G, I believe. Like
Yeah,
like Gennardo or something, or
yeah.
What the heck?
Dang. Yeah, it's
is
about to
it
kill me. I gotta look it up now.
Giancarlo or Carlio or something like that?
And no, that's not what it is.
Dang.
I was gonna say Castillo. That's his
Yeah,
name in the game.
Castillo.
That's his name
No.
in the game, though.
There you go.
There you go. It is right there. Look. Yo, like we showing you right now. Dark side.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Giancarlo. Is that how you say his name?
Or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how to actually say it, but yeah, that's right. That's right, Darson. That's why I was trying to say his name. But yeah, him. What do you think about him playing Mr. Freeze in the DC?
Oh, yeah. I was just only thinking his last name. It's Esposito. That's why. Giancarlo Esposito. Yeah, thank you, Dark Sun. Him playing Dr. Freeze.
Yes.
Mr. Freeze.
I can see that. You know, like the Mr. Freeze in the 90s, he kind of had that slender head, you know?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Little I thought so. Would have been up in there. You know, he's slender, you know.
I can see Esposito playing that. And like I to be honest with you, if I could be Frank or Josh or Greg or George or Adam or Andy,
Steve.
I feel like as of late, or at least in my last memories, I don't feel like Mr. Freeze has really been taken serious as a villain like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Like, so like just
and he's supposed to be like one of the scariest ones. Like in video games, like they give you a great depiction.
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, like I wouldn't, man, this man shot you, you dead. You're dead. But just to think about even Esposito and how he played who's the cat he played in Captain America.
I forgot dude's name. I
keep wanting to say Deadshot, and that's not his name because that's DC. Let me see. Esposito.
I had his name earlier too. Jeez. Hey, this what happens when you're old, guys. When y'all done went through life and y'all didn't had drugs and alcohol and stuff like that, which don't do drugs or alcohol. This is what happens. And then when you quit, this is what happens. Your memory, even that old. That's what's crazy.
Right. It's bad. Man, what is his name?
What the hell?
Because he says his name like 10 times in the game or in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, now I gotta look it up.
She playing Red Sonja?
Who did Esposito play in Captain America? I hate when they give you all the answers except for the answer that you want.
That's how that goes.
Sidewinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, how serious he was as Sidewinder in the Captain America joint. I could see him playing serious.
Not even that. Like even like his latest film with Electric State. Like he played as a inside of a robot, like controlling robot type stuff, but seeing his face in like this like screen or whatever like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can imagine him with a helmet on or glass helmet on.
Yeah.
With some glasses on, talking about,
with
you know what I'm saying, being Freeze.
Yeah.
Because that's the same treatment we got with what's my man that's gonna be playing the new Blade.
We really messing up on names.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. I'm not good with names. I'm being straight honest. That's why I don't attempt.
I can't.
I'm just
I
being
can't
super
remember his
honest.
name. But listen though, I think it would be dope if they finally give him like the red goggles, like the red glasses. When he's yeah, the 90s, you know, like
Oh yeah,
our
yeah.
90s Mr. Freeze when he has
Oh,
the
yeah,
big
yeah,
old
yeah.
red goggles.
Yeah. I know
Like,
you're talking
and
about
he's just serious with them, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like all you see is him pull up
Mahershala.
and you
Mahershala
Marshala.
Ali.
Yeah. Lynch.
No.
Huh?
No?
Ali.
What's
I
his
said
Ali. Thank you.
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah. So him playing in the Alita Battle Angel and stuff like that, that role that he had, that look that he had, that gave us like oh snap, he can play Blade.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's literally what, you know what I'm saying? That's what happened. Like he started trying out for it. He actually called Marvel, which is cool.
Mhm.
I like that. So he
I mean,
on
he looked
purpose look like that.
like I said, he looked like he could be, you know, what's his
Wesley's
name?
son.
Yeah, his son, his nephew, something
So,
relative of some kind.
Yeah.
man.
For them on screen though, that would be hard.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That would be dope.
Not gonna lie there.
All right, let me see. So you done with the news? Did I say that?
I was
That was your
That was
news.
me. That was me.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And I
So
couldn't find my news, even though I felt like I talked about it on my Twitter, but that's okay.
yeah, you can pull up your Twitter though.
That's what I was trying to do, but I can't
Oh.
find what I was talking about. So
Damn.
I mean, I got
Yeah.
mine's up, but I mean, I got news and anime news and game news. I'm like all over the place.
So
Uh,
both Thor and for Avengers Doomsday.
yep, I saw that.
Oh, that's
Saw
what I
it.
was going to talk about.
Saw
Oh man, listen.
No, we're gonna talk about that here in a minute.
Dang.
Yep.
So that's going into it because I know what you about to say. It's like we right here. Remember we got that Michigan State connection.
Oh no, I seen that in the list. I was like, oh, I'm gonna hold off on that. I was like, oh, no. I know we're gonna talk about this soon. I'll shut up.
What's my man that played Magneto in the older films?
I can't think of his name. I just saw it too when I was looking at it. I was like,
Well, he's coming back for
Yep.
Not the older ones.
yeah,
Okay, not Michael Fassbender.
it's
the old ones.
Okay.
Yeah, Ivan, like something.
Ian McKellen,
Yeah, there you go.
aka
And Patrick and his best friend's coming back.
Yep.
Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
aka
We already had him in the
Gandalf.
MCU, huh?
I said
Yeah,
aka
yeah,
Gandalf.
Yeah.
But his best friend, which we already had him in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's in Doctor Strange. So I mean, to see him back, that'll be cool. It'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
interesting to see which Xavier he is.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Which
Let's
He's
see.
coming back
Which
for
I'm actually,
which one is he coming? What is he coming back for?
No, I'm saying everybody I'm naming is coming back for Doomsday. This is all.
Oh, Doomsday.
prophecy.
Okay. Gotcha.
Thor and Loki.
Hey. All right. So I know what you did last summer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is a remake.
I feel like it is.
Like they're trying to start all over again.
Pretty much.
I mean, the first one's alright. I mean, this ain't something to remake though. You know what I mean? Like this ain't.
Right.
I mean, it's a classic, but it ain't a classic. It's a classic because it came out at the right time.
Right.
Yeah.
It stood out like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
The last season of You, which if any of y'all watch You out there, very psychotic. You know what I'm saying? Don't be this type of person. You know, in a relationship. Yeah, the very last season of You is coming out April 24th.
Okay.
So mark your calendars, go to your Netflix and hit remind.
Yep.
Oh, hey, speaking of, and I guess this is not really news.
Uh-huh.
And maybe it just slipped by us, probably because we haven't had a VitoVerse. But did you know there was season 3 of The Wheel of Time out already?
I just was talking about that. I was talking about that's what I was watching too.
Oh, I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Like it's something in me was just like, man, it's been a grip since Wheel of Time has even been taught. Let me ain't just gonna see what they talk about. 5 episodes.
Hey, what's going on here?
Y'all didn't say not a word. They didn't even show up on my Prime. What happened?
Oh no, they have some advertisements.
They
It's on
forgot-
social media too.
They forgot to put it on my main title. You know what I'm saying? When they shipping out the main title post, they forgot to put it on my post.
Rip.
Go ahead.
Like, I ain't get my letter yet.
Go ahead and take SandStorm off the take him off the list. Vito right there, and make sure
Make sure Vito on the top.
Yeah,
Make
sure you say underneath the titles as the trailer's playing. Do not tell SandStorm
Right.
until the 5th episode.
It's sitting right there. It's in like all right, we got Solomon, we got Sangan, we got Sandman, we got did they just skip over me?
Oh man, so Leonardo DiCaprio is in the new movie. It's called One Battle After Another. I have no idea what this is about, but it looks like it's about a who saves an anti-government group or something like that. Some crazy with some white supremacy type stuff. So it's civil rights and white supremacy type situation. You know what I'm saying? One of those films. So probably one of them films I'll probably get irritated at. So
yeah, one of them that you got to prepare your life for before you jump in and just watch it.
Especially with Leonardo, because of the Django.
I be trying, man. I be like, you're just an actor.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Just based off of the Django and how, even though he said he felt so bad, and which I do believe him, he was like, yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah, what's his name said? He kept apologizing to him.
Yeah, he kept apologizing, but the way he, like, if you watch that performance, and you know, like, it's supposed to be kind of funny too as well, you know what I'm saying? But just the way I was convinced he didn't like me. I was really convinced that he didn't like me. But he's a great actor. He's very underrated too. People just really don't pay attention to his acting like ability like they should. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Yeah, they look at his like his look. They go, oh yeah, he's like the hottest. But no, like, man, you seen that that movie where he was getting attacked by the bear? That is crazy. He's I was like, dog.
I mean,
real.
I mean, to be honest with you, like he did it for me. Pause. When Inception, like that was
Inception was dope too. I mean, any role that he's besides the 90s, any like late 2000 roles.
Yeah, any role he didn't have to play the pretty boy.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's
I think he's dope. I think he's really good. I'll watch any Leonardo DiCaprio. If a new Leo movie is out, I'm watching it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be pausing on this one for a minute. I gotta see.
Yeah. Besides this, because this is a little controversial. I'm the same way. I gotta check my whole life background, make sure that I'm secure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go find nobody. You know. And pray over them as a deacon, because that's what we do. Is we find people and we pray over them. I just don't want to have to pray over him while he not existing in this world. So,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just wish the best for everybody. So that's why I don't want to watch it for right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very peaceful person right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just anyway. Sonic 4 is due to come out sometime in March next year.
Oh, because I was gonna say that's a fast turnover, but that's still kind of fast, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Very. But I think they probably kind of like already
we're starting it.
Yeah, because if they have Jim Carrey in it, because you know he's trying to retire. Basically. You know what I'm saying? So if they have him in it, they gotta, you know,
get as much of him as possible.
Exactly.
Which makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But also because of the fact of because we're set up with more characters are being revealed anyway. So
yeah. All right. So let me see. Let me see if I can show this. Let me see if I can share this. So there is a new movie coming out, or if it's already out, called The Woman in the Yard, bought to you by the horror people and stuff like that. So evidently, you know how like you got the promotion of these movies and stuff like that, and they do all types of weird antics and all this other stuff. Let me show you what they did. I don't know where exactly this is, but it's at a public bus stop or something, right?
Oh god.
But to me it looks like it's like in the middle of like just like somebody's neighborhood.
Oh god.
Let me see if I can click on this.
Oh god.
Yeah. See, stuff like that, and on top of that, there's a black person. Stuff like that.
Like The Woman in the Yard.
Yeah.
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 I'm getting out of my car and I'm punching you in the face.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Like that's just
I can see you. I can easily see you like pull up, like creep up, like real slow. And like on some I Am Legend stuff.
They're like
open up the door.
Like somewhere in LA or something. Like
be like, no, you're not supposed to be out here.
Pull out the blicky and be like, what you doing out here? What you doing out here?
You're not supposed to be out here. How'd you get out here?
Be out here.
How'd you get out here?
Oh my god.
No.
Man, like somewhere in LA. That's what it's like.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so let me go ahead and stop sharing it. But yeah. So yeah, they they do stuff like that. And I'm like, if they did anything for It or Joker, it would have been worse for me. Because I about really would have tried to hurt them, whoever it is, and stuff like that. Because I don't like clowns. So I'm scared of clowns. So.
It's crazy. We don't pull no stunts like that in Michigan. Not like that.
Nah,
maybe
in LA.
Yeah.
Even with that, certain places.
Yeah.
You know better where not to go with that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You see how nice the neighborhood is, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not finna do that.
Right. And everybody and their mama already seen the trailer and know that they only going towards black people. So
Mm-hmm.
So you know where you can and can't do those kind of things.
Yeah, exactly.
It's him. There he is. Get him. Yeah.
Hey, they would have did that in the hood somewhere, put it in the bus stop somewhere. Yo, is that? They try to be like that little the yard, the mama yard, the lady in the yard. You know, with the two kids, and they would have been talking to each other. Yeah. Oh, so you supposed to be scaring us, huh? All up in the face of the little actress up here. Oh my gosh, I'm about to.
You about to die. Get up real quick.
With the little let me see that veil real quick. Take that off real quick. Let me wear that real quick. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna try this out. Oh snap! All right, so other news, man. Real quick, this is actually going into our other get there. We got poke fun at. We got poke fun at somebody, man. Jonathan Majors. Okay, so. Yeah. Shout out to Jonathan Majors. Congratulations on your new marriage to my wife. I don't know how you pull that off. I'm still trying to figure it out. Yeah, he married my wife secretly. But shout out to Jonathan Majors, man. He just he making this comeback. Actually, he has a movie coming out called Magazine Dreams, which we're gonna take a look at that. Which is still a pause moment because I don't look at bodybuilders or anything like that, but it's his coming back role. But he had a couple of interviews lately. And in his interviews, he revealed he secretly married Megan Good. He has that movie coming out. So in these interviews, during the time that he's promoting stuff, there's this recording or something like that, right? Somebody found a recording of him talking to his ex, that he fell out with, and they had their situations and stuff like that. And it was like a recording admitting that he put his hands on her. Now, some people think it's AI, some people think it's real, but they surprisingly tried to release this audio of him saying, "Oh, I'm sorry for choking her," and this and that third, da da da. Right at the height of him trying to come back. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that would be very irritating. You know what I'm saying? Especially you on your way back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but like he's been having a lot of support, especially in the Black community lately. He's been on Sherry Shepherd. She kind of talk about that type of stuff. But one interview that he had, he did this. I don't know what, I think it might have been a magazine. They asked him a question about those that tape that came out. And the answer he gave, it sounded like an answer Cain the Conqueror will give. Really not answering your question, but answering it in a Cain type of way. I really think he really thinks he's Cain. Like he talks just like Cain. Like, hold on, let me put this up. Because he talks exactly.
Yeah, I gotta see it too. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. What?
I was like, no. I was like, you really talking like that? like I thought that was just no. That's you. You talk like Cain. So you weren't acting. Take over the multiverse. That's pretty much what I got out of it. Hold on.
Yeah, I gotta hear this. I gotta hear this.
I'm gonna show you the interview or a clip of how he answered it. Then I'm gonna show you just a little funny song. Somebody that has a impersonation of people and stuff like that. He did an impersonation of that interview. That thing was funny. Okay. You're my lady. All right, here we go. So this is the question.
This comes out during the week of your film's release. How did that make you feel?
I was so grateful that I had done.
So did y'all hear what he said at first? Is like this came out.
This comes out during the week of.
He's talking about that recording when he says this comes out, and it's talking about this leaked audio type stuff. So listen to this man's answers and listen how he's talking.
This comes out during the week of your film's release. How did that make you feel?
I was so grateful that I had done my work, and continue to, and I'm continuing to do my work. I can't speak to it, but obviously, because you're talking about it, there are vibrations, reverberations, same as everything before,
So I'm trying to figure out what was he saying there. What did he really answer the question?
No.
That was a professional answer.
But did you like?
That was a professional. Professional answer for.
I did my work.
Yeah, that was an answer to say I can't tell you nothing right now. Like
exactly.
But I have to say something, and he just said it was the vibrations. He could have said Marky Mark after that, and it still would have made sense. They would have been like, okay, I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Heck no, man.
It's all in the vibrations. Marky
Mark.
Bro,
that is crazy. Like I have never heard anyone would speak like that, right?
Why do you sound like
he sound like Kane?
I know, but why do you sound like the Kane before he becomes Kane?
You said what?
Why do you sound like he was how basically before he became Kane, how he is now, before we're back in time when they were actually trying to figure out he was he's supposed to be Kane the Conqueror and everything else, and he was about science and everything else like that. That's what I was thinking, the way he was talking during that time.
Yeah, that's still Kane to me.
Yeah,
he's just Kane. He's stuck in that permanent, and then he goes on Sherry Shepherd. And what's crazy is he still kind of talks like that, but he puts a little blackness on it. Check this out.
All right, let's do it.
This is how he talks. This is crazy.
An award show, and Iyanla Vanzant, she welcomed you up on stage, and you hugged her and she held you. There have been women of color who felt you deserved a second chance. What has the support been like for you from women surrounding you in your life?
It's been really beautiful. People sometimes confuse their character with their trauma, you know what I mean? And you start moving a certain way and having certain limiting thoughts. When I see sisters holler at me in the street, you know what I mean? When I'm walking down the road and they just pull me aside and want to pray with me on the corner, it goes, oh, I feel emboldened and I feel confident and I feel encouraged to keep going the way I was going, keep going to the help, you know what I mean? And when I look out here and I see all these sisters, and I was like, I don't know if they paid y'all to clap or what, but man,
all right. And seeing the difference of how he's talking there, that is, I don't know if that's professional actor 101. When you're around black people,
it is.
Start talking about the sisters. In the hollering at
what the world,
nigga, you don't talk like that in the last one. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, John? John, what are you talking?
You cater to your
audience.
Yeah.
So
but still, it is hilarious. But I have a clip of a comedian named Lou. Now he's on social media and he does a lot of impersonations of popular viral moments and stuff. And he does his impersonation of that first video I showed you, right? This is crazy. I got to show y'all this, man. This is funny.
Come on. Slew 2 Productions, Jonathan Majors, Scene 1, Take 8. How do you feel about this information that has came out on you?
Well, it's nothing to feel, It's a feeling of feels and a feel of feeling. But more importantly, I was okay with the work because I had already done the work that had to be done. I was okay because I had put in the work. I can't speak to it or what you're assuming but mindfully, and I did the work. The work was due. I did it prior to, and I made sure my work was in before it was tardy. The last thing we want is a point deduction. And I did my work in essay form. There's Times New Roman, there's Arial Black. I italicized my work. Some people cheat the work with a 16 font. My work was in 12. Double space. Not only did I do the work, but I also cited my resources with that work. So proof of concept of the work. And
oh my God,
most importantly, you never want to cheat the work.
Shut up. never would have. I did my work in SC4. They tried to cheat the work. I did it in 12 font.
Oh my god.
Oh shit! I literally had to share that, man. That Lou is stupid. He does a lot of impersonations, but that one was dead on.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Beyond dead on.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. So on to our trailers for today. Oh no. We are not done.
Yep, we forgot. We got something else to talk about.
We have. Let's first of all, let's talk about this Doomsday. Let's get into Doomsday. So, Jonathan trying to get his acting career back into full effect, right? Mm-hmm. He has a movie coming out called Magazine Dreams. We're gonna watch the trailer chat, when we do our trailers. Dang it. I was about to start talking like this. That's crazy.
I would laugh so hard if you guys.
That is crazy. All right. So he has already been on record by saying he didn't get a fair shake at Redemption with Marvel. Mm-hmm. But Robert Downey Jr., he gets in his situation, and he gets a chance to be able to redeem himself and stuff like that, and get an iconic role and become the iconic Iron Man type stuff. And so that's something that Jonathan has stated out. And I think I by myself one of the VitoVerses where he actually commented on that at a TMZ situation. It was like a little, how TMZ like to pop up like, hey, what you doing? You coming out drinking your smoothie from a Smoothie King or something like that. And, hey, Jonathan, how you feel about?
Yeah.
It was one of those moments. So, but he's been on record to say that, and he's continues to saying that in all his little interviews that he would like to play Kane, and there's rumors that they will finish Kane. It's big rumors. So, in the result of that, how do you guys feel about Jonathan Majors coming back to the MCU? And here's the thing. They did not get rid of Kane because of his Jonathan's legal situations, right? Mm-hmm. They got rid of Kane because not a lot of people know who Kane was.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? With Thanos, or Thanos. On top of that, he has an iconic look when you think of a Marvel villain. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was easier to sell a Thanos. Kane, he really.
They haven't given it enough time. To be honest,
it's not even time. It's not even. It's more like you try to instantly put Kane in there as a Thanos, but you, like you said, it is time. But Kane is not.
Because even if you think about it, we kind of got the illusion of how much a boss Thanos was, way before he even put himself directly in the movie, right? So right. we got him talking to another dude who was a boss in another movie, and we've seen the whole invasion thing that was it wasn't him, but we've seen how he orchestrated that as well, right? So so we knew before knowing really who Thanos was, this man was a boss. People wasn't messing with him on that level. You know what I'm saying? So when he finally showed up, it was oh, okay, this is the guy. This is the guy that we've been seeing in a few of these movies and seeing these end credits and stuff like that. Now,
but also too, he has an iconic look. People not know who he was. In a sense, you did kind of recognize that, when you talk about Avengers, his face pops actually up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like one of the first villains like you think of, like a Darkseid. You know what I'm saying? He gets compared to Darkseid a lot.
Yeah.
So some people even thought he was Darkseid. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. Like some of the older, like the OGs, like they usually Darkseid. I was like, no, Thanos. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? Like when he was starting to first come. So yeah, it takes a 10-year process to build up a character such a like that. Like we're seeing him at every end credit. You know, second end credit, post credit in the movie, like Guardians of the Galaxy. But this is what I'm actually looking at as far as the Kane situation. Not a lot of people, y'all put him in Loki, but you didn't put him in all of the
MCU
TV shows. If you put him in all the TV shows,
it would have made a lot more sense.
It would have actually equaled up to, you know what I'm saying, the Thanos impact. But even with that, like Kane as a villain isn't really like, he is a top tier villain, but he's not like he's not looked at as like
powers in that perspective.
Exactly.
You just have the advantage of knowing.
Well, not even that.
Like timeline.
Not even that. I'm talking about not the power. I'm talking about his impact as far as like pop culture wise. Like you don't look at a Kane like, where's Kane at? You know what I'm saying? When Kane gonna come in the MCU? Like for them to put Kane in there, it was like, oh snap. And then it was like, oh yeah, they're gonna put him as Jonathan Majors. And I was like, oh, okay. Then I thought about it. I was like, oh no, that's weird, because producing a ancestor of a Fantastic Four character, and we don't have the Fantastic Four in here. You know what I'm saying? Which now, of course, now they have opportunity to explain that. You know what I'm saying? How they're gonna put that in and stuff like that. But he's black, so it's like the person that he's an ancestor of, like, you know what I'm saying, like, it's weird. It's big. It's crazy.
So I think the biggest piece of the ball that they dropped is, like, I would have even been okay with them picking him and him not necessarily being too popular, but I think they dropped the ball in presenting exactly how much of a real viable threat he was.
Right.
That I think that should have been established a lot earlier. And I would even say it didn't really help. It helped of knowing like kind of who the character was in Ant-Man, but it didn't really help solidify how dangerous he was in Ant-Man, because
I think it
Ant-Man, right?
You said what?
Like he loses one of him loses at Ant-Man.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
But like even in that mindset, having one version of him lose, now like the natural like audience is like, oh,
he a loser.
Yeah,
like, he lost to the weakest Avenger.
He lost to one person, and now you got 1,000. So all they really need is just a bunch of other Marvel characters just to fight this guy, and they'd be okay. But like we know that is more to it than that. But like you didn't solidify how dangerous he was off of that. You know what I'm saying? And then you had him in Loki. Well, all right.
So yeah, we got to back that up. So he was introduced. And he was introduced as the one above all, and he actually made it more creepy. So in a sense, he seemed as like a threat. They dropped the ball with his Ant-Man appearance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And by Ant-Man defeating him and stuff like that.
Because
that's where they messed up at.
Because even the one above all was like, yo, this guy is dangerous. Like, this is the dangerous dude. So like in your head, automatically looking at the previous MCU movies, you like, oh, they finna set up this dude as a dangerous guy. Like he
crazy.
And I'm thinking, and I think even before, like even watching Ant-Man, I'm like, and you know, we're already hearing about all the main actors and stuff like that kind of leaving in the space. I'm like, dang, they finna kill off Paul Rudd. Like,
they about to keep. He about to.
Yeah,
he about to get.
Yeah, and it was off of Kane, and that was going. And to be honest with you, that kind of should have been the way
that would have made a bigger impact.
Yeah. But they defeated them, and you like, are you really supposed to be that bad?
Yeah. Like how? Like how did they do that? So then, of course, you know, season 2 of Loki, you know, you bring Victor Timely, whatever his name is, and of course he's like he kind of okay. So Victor Timely is the origin of the One Above All. That him. So that's that Kane, but the actual bad Kane, you kill off from the weakest Avenger. It's crazy. It's like you dropped the ball. Like you had this build up, and you built it up through Loki, and Loki was like received by everybody. We love Loki. You know what I'm saying? Especially the fact that you're in this team or this place or this people or whatever, the time variants, and you're like, oh man, they can pop up. They can be like the multiverse version of Shield, you know, with the time thing or whatever like that. And we thinking, okay, yeah, this is because that was the most eerie situation ever when Jonathan popped up and he's like, oh no, there's more of me. Once you kill me, Sylvie, you're going, he's coming. You know what I'm saying? And then
they're all coming, you know.
Yeah.
And you like, dang.
Yeah, so you thinking things, go down
and real talk, now that I think about it, honestly, they should have put that end scene credit of all the other Kane the Conquerors. They should have mixed that in. Yeah. Because that would have been like, oh snaps, like this is what they was talking about. So it kind of gives you the illusion of like, yeah, he knew what he was talking about, and y'all done messed up. Like, oh, y'all done messed up now. So I think to even kill off that Kane the Conqueror in the Paul Rudd one, if they would have made it seem like they banished, because he got banished, right? He was the one.
He got banished to the quantum realm. Yep.
So if they were just like, you know, at the beginning of that one, like, we banished you to the quantum realm, so you already know who's already in there. Like, you wasn't trying to win with us, so you're gonna be by yourself. Like, it would have even gave the illusion of like, this could possibly, once again, we know it's not, but this could possibly be the weakest Kane the Conqueror, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it took all that to beat him, but now they got to deal with all these other ones who know timeline, you know what I'm saying? Like, they could have went about it so many ways. And once again, I think they were just trying to think too straightforward instead of ahead, you know?
Yeah. And then I personally don't think they had plans on certain movies that didn't come out, that they had to scrap and stuff like that. So maybe that kind of threw off some of the I guess the build up for Kane or whatever like that. So you know, that plays a major part as well. The fact that COVID affected a lot of their plans on this last so now that we have so now that they're piecing together what they messed up, and they're working on Avengers Doomsday now, and the talk of Robert Downey or being Dr. Doom, we're starting to get more and more details of how they're going to carry this on, who exactly was Tony this whole time, and the fact that he actually really wasn't a Stark. He could have been a variant of Doom this whole time that just got adopted by you know, his parents, the Howards and stuff like that. I'm sure they're going to play it. Okay, so behind the scenes, I'll share what I've actually got. I got some insight on what's about to pop off. But basically, with Robert coming in, and then they're talking about recently that Jonathan, they will have to finish off Kane, some councils of Kane. You have to stop this variant that's so powerful, because I don't think it was actually the Kane that Ant-Man defeated. I think they're going to be like, oh no, that wasn't him. That was one of us that got banished, but oh no, it wasn't him. It was actually this dude, and he don't look like Jonathan. And it'd be like another person that they're bringing in to replace Kane, or you know what I'm saying, replace Jonathan as Kane or whatever like that, as the other variant that's like the almighty one, right? So with that being said, Doomsday being the movie that's going to pretty much set up the start of Battle World or Secret Wars, right? How do you feel about the death of Kane? Because there's other thought process of Kane. The Kane variances are trying to replace the Beyonders, because you have to have the Beyonders in the Secret War situation, right? How do you feel about Kane being a pawn, or him being trying to be a hero, and like, oh no, I wasn't talking about stopping me. I was talking about stopping Victor Von Doom this whole time. How do you feel about that being the narrative?
So I can actually think I can see this. I can see this going a couple different ways. I do like that idea. To be honest with you, I can see this actually being like a conversation, be like a 3-piece conversation. So so the reality is we're not looking at like one big villain, but we're looking at like 3 real terrible villains, 2 that y'all know, and like 1 like, oh yeah, this is actually what he was doing. He was plotting on some Brainiac type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how Brainiac be like,
Brainiac got them plans, the contingent plans to be in the future, past.
Yeah. And you'd be like, dang, I thought y'all was on the same team. And Brainiac was like, we're never on the same team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On some stuff like that. But like, it's like they can bring in, because they're bringing in Colossus. Way wrong person. They're bringing in Galactus. Thank you. They're bringing in Galactus. You know, obviously Doom is coming in, and then you know, you got Kane. And I'm not even saying they necessarily work together, but all 3 of them coming for the threat of the universe at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like on some Kane just realized in this universe he's showing up. So if he show up at this time, like now it's a little trifecta. You know what I'm saying? Type of stuff. And now I think that so let me say this in small, right? A lot of times multiple villains don't work in a movie, right? But we've seen Marvel do it and actually get away with it, and actually make it work. I think having that triple sphere, even if it was Kane not directly being involved, but on some like, I'm kind of using my little smartness of what the future holds to try and manipulate things, and even Doom, like, you know, on some peep type stuff, like forget all y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like on normal, but even Galactus, like, I'm the biggest threat, you know what I'm saying? So now you've just got like this all-out war. I think that would be absolutely stupid.
Of course, that's what Battle World is, of course.
Yeah, that would be crazy. But I do like the idea.
It's literally everybody.
Yeah, I like the idea of finishing them off. There's one thing that we haven't seen too is like, yeah, we've seen like 2 villains, you know, in a movie. But we haven't really seen a gang of villains like doing some gank stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a Legion of Doom or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't really officially seen anything like that. It's
Sinister
usually
Six. That's what we was going to get, but they totally jacked it up.
yeah. Like I need
Right.
to see that. I need to see that, and I need to see the villains win. You know what I'm saying? Let them bust out maybe one. I would even say 2 wins. You know what I'm saying? Like put the heroes back against the corner. You know, and they just figure out a way to scrap in an overall win, maybe in the 3rd movie. But I really think that's what Marvel needs. Like, because we always just expect, oh, by the end, you know, they're gonna win anyway. So, like, I need to see them get whooped, defeated.
Yeah. Hey, so what if so I had this idea. What if it's really like this? Like Kang was like, so this whole time when he was like, I've been at the end. I know how it ends. I've been battling, you know what I'm saying? We've been battling in the multiverse situation this whole time. And he's actually talking about Secret Wars, right? He's actually like literally talking about Secret Wars and Battle World and stuff like that. So it's not he's saying he's battling himself, he's battling all of the Avengers and stuff like that. And then when we see the Ant-Man came and he was like, which one are you? I killed so many and this and that and the third. So they're talking about Battle World, you know what I'm saying, this whole time. So all those times have been Battle World, right? But check this out. What if Kane, or the one above all the Kane or whatever, he literally, I guess, won the situation, but who he trapped was, or stopped from coming, was Doom this whole time. Right? And so he's been trying to save the multiverse by trapping Doom somewhere. And what's the trap Doom? It's to stop his origins and put his origins somewhere. So that's why we don't have the Fantastic Four, and they've been in this different dimension. So basically, in our MCU, the action that was about to happen in the 60s or whatever, like going into space. They go into space instead of Kane, or instead of the Fantastic Four and all that stuff happening. Then Kane somehow like time variance them, prune them, or get them and put them in a whole different universe instead of this main 616, the sacred timeline universe. And so now that's the reason why we have the Fantastic Four way over somewhere else. And so now that the multiverse has been, you know what I'm saying,
the way it is
done or whatever like that, now they can come back, and who brings them back to their situation or kind of escorts them, not more like brings them back, but actually kind of fights them into the current MCU, is Galactus. He fights like the Fantastic Four, and somehow they get knocked back into, and I think a lot of that's going to have to do with the Sentry. You know what I'm saying? He can rip voids into time and space, things like that nature. So he could be fighting something, or fighting Captain Marvel or something. Like something's going to happen, I feel like.
So you saying like a triple universe threat? Like,
so not really that. It's more of Kane doing stuff to sit up here and put them over. So ultimately what I'm saying is Kane's trying to stop Battle World and Secret Wars from happening. And so that's why we don't have certain people in the mutants. Like he's been splitting up the mutants and the Fantastic Fours and the Inhumans and stuff like that. He's been pushing them to, and that's why they're not in our MCU. He's been pushing them to different universes, and then like certain events and certain, like we're going to start seeing in these movies, certain events is starting to allow them to leak and start coming
dripping back in,
dripping into our MCU one by one.
Yeah,
and then that's going to lead to Battle World.
Interesting.
You know what I think? I think we should have been working on these movies, because I feel like, I feel like in all honesty, they like, what if we just put him in here?
No what ifs. Just like give it to us. Just like give it to us and then figure out from there.
You're like, dang, that's anticlimactic. Yeah, but we got rid of him though. So now we can work on another one And like, what if we have Robert Downey Jr. be Dr. Doom? Oh, that's hot. And then like he's the big bad. Oh, that's really hot. And then he just died. And you'd be like,
What?
Wait,
what?
He died again. Like he
right.
just, Victor dies again. Like
Yeah.
that would be crazy.
Then you have Galactus, and he's like really strong. You like, okay. Yeah, he gonna show up in Fantastic Four. All right. And then, like at the end, he realizes he don't want to eat their planet, so he walk away. What?
Exactly.
Wait, what?
Hey, you know what I actually kind of wonder now? I mean, this is off of you, what you were saying, but remember when Captain America went back and put them time stones back in them, the proper place, right? And then he stopped somewhere and lived out his life into 100 something, right?
Yeah.
To another universe, which happens to be our universe, but he lived. So you're telling me there was two Captain Americas in the same planet, same universe at the same time, like two Steve Rogers, and nobody picked that up.
Yeah, nobody flinched. Well, I'm assuming because he didn't play as Captain America the rest of his life.
But I'm saying, like, Kane would have known he was there. On top of that, here's another thing. You remember how stuff happened, the way it happened and stuff like that. How could the Steve that went like that is the same Steve that's still like, I got to do what's right. I got to do what's right. How did he like stop from not helping out? Or did he help out? And we didn't even know. Like he was on the low, sitting up here helping out, especially when they was on the run. They was on the run and there was enemies of the world or whatever. During Civil War or whatever. Like, how in the world did he like go underneath this radar this whole time?
I don't know, but I think as far as maybe Kane, maybe he just thought Steve wasn't a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but
like I don't care.
But the reason why, because I'm like, okay, bringing up Steve is because he has a very, very deep connection with the Starks. So somewhere in there, by him playing the back roles and keeping his eye out on stuff too, wouldn't he have known that Tony was actually Doom? Or wouldn't he have found that out? You see what I'm saying?
I don't know. I mean,
because here's the thing. You remember when they came back, right? They went back in time. Tony saw him, quote unquote. He quote unquote saw his mom not pregnant. He didn't see her. He talked to his dad, and she was pregnant at that time. Not because he's not the only child. He has stuff like that. They didn't say if it was him or not, because I think he had a brother before, like an older brother before him. They either died before him or something happened. So it was more like, okay, in there, when he went back to put those time stones back and he brought that time stone back, wouldn't he have been able to see all the stuff that happened? You know what I'm saying? Like how Tony even got to be even, you know what I'm saying? Like here, or Tony to be Tony. Like how did, because evidently the way they're trying to play it like he was actually secretly adopted. Tony was. Because the real baby died. So wouldn't have Steve really seen that?
I would think he would.
And he would know, like, okay, no, he's not who he said he was this whole time.
Yeah.
And his mind being so genius, because think about this. Back in the day, before they started doing like the comics the way they are now, he really wasn't the Batman. He really wasn't the genius he is, right? It wasn't Tony versus Victor. That was more of like late 90s, 2000s stuff. He was smart, but he was not like Victor's level. Now, if you think about it and you look back at it, he's been doctorable this whole time, and it's like, wait a minute, that don't add up.
Yep.
I don't know. That's just my thoughts on that. That's my thoughts.
Damn it, you and your rabbit hole.
But anyway, let's get into our Zelda talk. So, was this announced? SandStorm.
You said what?
When was this announced?
This was actually so yesterday, Thursday, we had what is known as a Nintendo Direct. And Nintendo announced a new app that they just launched actually later Thursday, called Nintendo News Today. Nintendo Today.
Yeah.
And so the first thing that they launched on the app was a teaser trailer for the live action Zelda movie that is to be coming out. And it came with the release date of March 25th, 2027.
Mm-hmm. So how do we feel about it? Like honestly, were we expecting an animation somehow?
Okay, well, so in retrospect, I would say before they made the original announcement, I would say it would have been better as some sort of animation. But I think when they first even talked about the Zelda thing, they said it was going to be live action in the first place. I think actually the more interesting piece is who's actually going to be making the movie, which is they're not really rivals, but you know the world sees them as rivals, Sony Entertainment. So, which is very interesting, right? So especially with the last few movies that have come out have been not the greatest received movies. But I don't even see it as that. I actually see it. I see the reason why they picked them is because despite the overall movies, you can't deny that Sony has like some of the best like animations and scenes within using green screen and technology and stuff like that for these type of action movies. So just even looking at like Venom, I'm not the hugest fan of Venom, but some of those shots that they have, they're top quality, they're top tier. And I think Nintendo was kind of thinking, and plus you know, Nintendo is like trying to stay as close as they can with like these movies. Like they ain't just gonna hand out a movie and be like, okay, go work on it. They're gonna work hand in hand with them. But
yeah,
I think that when you talk about graphics and stuff like that, and you're talking about money and making sure your people are good, like why not shop in your own backyard? You know what I'm saying? Like
pretty much.
You got a whole nother studio or a whole nother company that you know can do a quality work. All you have to do is just put in the direction, and you should be good.
Yeah.
So
now I don't know about acting. I don't know about actors. That's where it gets kind of.
Yeah, that's where that's where it gets very dicey right there.
Yeah.
MGK.
So, no, we're not doing that.
No.
Come on now.
No,
we're not doing that.
MGK Link.
No,
that's not what we're doing.
No,
we're not doing
MGK Link.
No, we're not. Nope. No.
And even though recent Links have blonde hair, the original Link actually had brown hair. So they can really actually go with
MGK.
Not MGK.
No.
Anybody. As long
anybody
as
that's not MGK.
Yeah.
Or almost anybody that's not MGK.
Yeah.
Let's be more precise.
So my question is, so to answer your question, to go back because you said how we feel about this, 2027 is not bad because I think we originally heard about this back in 2022 or 2023. So that gives them like roughly 4 or 5 years to really like work on this. And And plus, you know, the Mario movie is supposed to be coming out before this too, anyway. So,
Like what?
yeah, the Mario movie too.
Okay. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. So
'Cause I didn't hear you say 2. That's why I was like, wait, what?
yeah, I said 2, but I should have said 2 or 2 also.
How far ahead is that supposed to come out before?
Mario movie, I believe, comes out next year. So
I'm saying like I mean, how far, like months, like how big of a gap are they releasing at the time
roughly a
from
year.
each other?
Roughly a year, because I
Like
think
a
it's
year
next.
from each other.
Yeah, because I think it's next. I think it's next spring that Mario comes out, and then
Spring.
yeah,
Like
no.
Wow.
And then the following spring will be Zelda.
all right, so that's cool. That's cool. Nintendo, they still have to compete with Sonic though.
Yeah,
during
because
that time.
because I think I saw on the news thing said that's the same time with Sonic 4 is going to be the same time where Zelda is going to be on par with it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is going to be very interesting.
They're both going to be in the same month.
Yeah.
Which is I think that's good for the rivalry. I mean, even though I would have loved to
see Mario versus Sonic.
Sonic.
Yeah.
Which
makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Sonic's already been like we already had like 2 already before the Mario movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
So it was.
You know what's crazy? This is what I'm thinking. What if they do at the end of this Sonic 4, right? After Sonic 4, they do an end credit scene. And they see him meeting up with like Mario or something like that. And then like that'd be like they start like piecing together like this team that's about to go into like a Smash movie. Oh, that would be hard. That would be hard.
That'd be interesting.
They start doing like,
but then you
like the Marvel way of doing it.
But then you have to like then you have to start bringing in like all the other characters like Kirby and them into play.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be
it would have to be
most likely
go ahead.
I was about to say the most likely they would be like if you were to get Kirby in there and stuff like that, because you got Yoshi. If you were to get Kirby in there, they would have to literally be in this Mario movies and stuff like that. All the characters would have to be kind of introduced during Mario, and then like outside characters like a Sonic, you would have to do an end credit scene or something like that, and you stumble or something like Mario. Then what's this? And then next thing you know, because it's one of them portals, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, it open up and boom, Knuckles and Tails and Sonic come out of nowhere like running from something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, it would have to be in another universe type of deal, because the thing with like Mario is like Mario has never interacted with like actual real characters, not like real characters. You know what I'm saying? Like they showed in the Mario movie, but like not real people.
Like people, that like like Sonic's in the real world, our world. I'm sorry, our world, and Mario like a cartoon world. But it would have to be a multiverse type of situation, which I kind of look at. Dude, I actually look at
Smash is anyway.
I look at Smash as a multiverse type of situation. You know what I mean? Because like, real talk, how you gonna get all them characters, especially like Fire Emblem into
it's a kid playing with toys. That's all.
Exactly. That's all it is.
That's like what the Master Hand is.
That's like me having that. Remember that MC Hammer doll I had? That's like me having MC Hammer fighting Batman like that. You know what I'm saying? Or my Power Ranger. You know what I'm saying? That's literally what it is.
That's exactly that.
But so I think me personally, I don't like the fact that it's going to be live action, just because you do have that stigma of who's going to be acting in there, where if you were to play it safe, doing it animated,
you don't have to worry about that.
Maybe you don't have to worry about that. Do it like in an anime type of style, you know what I'm saying, or like a you know what I'm saying, like how Dragon Ball not Super, but Broly was. That art style. That I think that would be appropriate.
Yes.
For a Zelda game or a Zelda movie. The question is, where are they starting from? Are they starting from the beginning?
That's a real good question. And so two things. When you talk about there's technically there's like two beginnings in Zelda that people associate with. I won't say like two real Zelda, because there's the actual beginning, which is Skyward Sword, which is before Ganondorf is explaining the whole Triforce and all that.
Yeah.
And then you got like what people see as like the beginning, which is like Ocarina of Time, where Ganondorf starts off and as the main villain that everybody knows.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, which one would make the better movie is Ocarina of Time. I can't see Skyward Sword because it takes place in Skyloft and then have all this whole adventure that's underneath and stuff. That seems like it would be way too boring. Like that would be better for a TV show, maybe, and an animated TV show, not a live action TV show.
Yeah.
I think that Ocarina of Time is like a better grounded type of game for like a live action. You know what I'm saying? Okay. There's a lot more real world aspects in an unreal world. You know what I'm saying? You got a castle, you got a ranch, you got horses, you got people, you got a king, you got you know what I'm saying? But then you also have like these monsters that and you can play that any kind of way. To be honest with you, I think they will ultimately try and mix a lot of things together to come up with
that makes
possibly
sense.
Like their own
version of it. So it's not necessarily going to like
directly for
verbatim on the, which that makes sense, because honestly, like that's the safest thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like don't try to do the game's stories. Take from those, use ham off of it, like where you do the Assassin's Creed thing, where it was like, where did you go with that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like just kind of just shape your own little, with taking bits from here and here and here and here and here. Have an interview, explain that to us, so we're not going in thinking fans just like, oh, it's gonna be such and such, it's gonna be such a, and y'all name it Ocarina of Time and something like that, and we're thinking in our mind
it's gonna be with
Ocarina of Time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think they should honestly literally start from a, like you said, just take bits
and then create your own,
make their own story.
Because honestly, I can see like one of the type of monsters that like can easily work in a live action if you treat it right are bokoblins. You know what I'm saying? And they don't exist in Ocarina of Time.
Right.
So, but like when you have like some of these monsters that you think of, like so any Zelda game has something real wild that probably would not work in a live action. You know what I'm saying? Like
everybody actually, because I'm going through Zelda right now. I'm like, hey, bro, that would be creepy in real life. That would be creepy.
Right.
That would be, everybody's creepy in real life.
There's a lot of things in that game where it just it don't translate well. You know what I'm saying? I do think it'd be dope if you don't see them in the whole thing, but maybe like when it's dark or something, castle's going, you got the rain going, and then you got like two Lionels, sitting at the front gate, you know what I'm saying? And you think like, oh, those must be fake. And they look at each other like, on some centaur type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be cool. But I think for the most part, I think a lot of people are overcomplicating something that can be easily explained. And by that, Zelda very much is similar in a lot of ways to Lord of the Rings.
I mean, that's true.
So you can have your enemies and you can have your villains and stuff like that, and set them up in this world, give the right lighting, it'll look real enough. You know what I'm saying? I think it can be handled very well. The only thing they can't do, so there's some no-nos for this movie. Don't jump forward in time.
Yep.
Don't jump into the past.
Yep. The two
Do
most
neither one of those because retcons will come all over the place.
Mhm.
Don't over explain the Triforce. If you have to, keep it simple.
Agree.
And keep the fact that these heroes are known over a generation. That's all you have to do. Everything else, if you want to put Link's horse in there, why not? I think that's cool. But I think if you keep it as simple as possible, keep to the rules and keep it simple, I think you're all set to go. You don't have to make a dungeon type of journey. You know what I'm saying? This could be a long journey, if you would, to find the Master Sword. Even you don't have to give it like, oh, he has to go through these dungeons in order to get this. You don't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? You could talk about the Triforce, and only I would even say this to even try and keep it simple. If you're talking about the Triforce and you're talking about the Master Sword, you can say that one of the three chosen, either courage, wisdom, or power, can receive the Triforce. But out of the three, the only person who has the ability to actually get it is the one who has courage enough to get through whatever this is. Whether it's the Lost Woods, the one of power only seeks power, so he wants to find it, but it will never be revealed to him. On some like philosophical stuff. The wise man who wants to receive will realize that they, are wise enough to know that they could never make it. You know what I'm saying? But the one who has courage, the one to overcome, will be the one to get the sword. There you go. Easy.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Oh,
Yep.
oh yeah. I was like, go ahead and say yours.
I was like, I agree with that because like it makes sense. It's like because we have so many different stories with like Zelda and so many different versions of it. So it's like you can't just make it too complicated. So I do agree with SandStorm with that whatsoever because you can't really say too much with it. And that if they go and think about like how long the movie's gonna be, like I'm gonna guess like maybe about an hour and a half, maybe two, just as a guess. Just thing as a guess. Like you can't just make a good 15-20 minutes or so being the explanation to it. When it's like just give us a 5-minute like explanation to it and call it a day. And understand the situation. And again, like I said, no dungeons whatsoever. We can go from there. It's like it's not that complicated. Like if you're gonna go for the most complicated stuff, leave it to just the game itself. But if we're doing a movie, just like keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it short for certain explanations, and keep it that. So, but as I feel like how I feel as it being a live action,
yeah, no, it's
that's the part that just
because they could have went straight with the whole any of those stories had it not been live action, and they could have just dog walked it. But that makes me wonder though if that's the reason why they picked Sony in the first place, because I don't know any. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't know of any Sony non-live action movies. Like I feel like almost all of their movies are live action. Because if that was the case, if they did, Spider-Verse, yeah, Enter the Spider-Verse is probably the only other one that I can think of.
Maybe. No, go ahead, keep talking.
But outside of that, like they could have just went with, I believe they went with DreamWorks for Mario. They could have easily went with them again for Zelda, but I almost feel like
so is this is what I would probably have a problem with, it being American like made. I would want it to be Japanese made because where this is coming from, what I'm saying? So
they try and Americanize it.
Yeah, I think everything will come off smoothly and the ideas will be smoothly if it's what production company would get that over there or something like that. But being like like some kind of like partnership or something like that with Sony or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other production company be Japanese or something, and have Japanese actors. I honestly think it will actually kind of smooth over actually a lot better than Americanizing it, because we tend to put extra crap on it.
Emphasis and crap and
Yeah,
whatever else you want to
yeah,
put.
like it never goes well when a Japanese mess around and come to America, and it doesn't flow
It
right,
doesn't
even with
translate
us.
right.
Yeah. So I would almost want them to go that way. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I would want them to go with a Chinese production, because like they can actually kind of pull off a Zelda.
It makes me wonder if it's Sony from Japan, Sony Japan. Well, Sony Japan doesn't really exist anymore.
Right.
So it has to be Sony's American unit, American division, right? So, but they're still well connected. You know what I'm saying with Nintendo and Way. So, I think it'll overall work. Now, let me ask you this question.
There it is. That's what I was looking for. Found it.
What?
I was looking for. We were talking about Sony. Another one I was thinking in my head. The Resident Evil. So the CGI is of Resident Evil.
Oh,
that island. Yep, there you go. That's what I was thinking in my head.
Okay. Yeah. So the other question is, if this movie goes well, what do you think? Because Nintendo's kind of, it seems like they're doing kind of like trial and error. Like what would you want the next movie or another franchise of a movie be?
From Nintendo, or probably like Fire Emblem or something.
No, I was thinking Metroid.
I was actually thinking Metroid too, because
Metroid was
they could go on the scary end, and she don't really talk much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would be heavy on some aliens type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that would get nasty. And Metroids,
that would be
nasty. Like, this is like one of the few times that I wish Sigourney Weaver was young still. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah,
get her in as Samus Aran. You know? Oh, that would be so sick.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be dope.
I think after that, then I think Fire Emblem will be fine.
Yeah, I think Fire Emblem would be dope.
But Metroid should be the next one in line.
And actually, if Fire Emblem was live action, I would definitely take that too. I would definitely.
I would. I agree with that one, because with so many different ones, and it definitely fits more of a live action, anyways. So as for like Metroid can go. Can go either or.
Yeah, very much can. If you ask Jay, he would say he would much rather have it in some sort of animation art style. I think it could go either or. I think they could make money either way, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just off the sheer scare factor. But yeah, man, that would be so dope. That would be dope. Like, oh, you finna go see that Metroid, dude? Like,
yep.
They talk about, oh, it's Metroid, it's another Nintendo. Hey, but this ain't no ordinary Nintendo. Hey, this is a scary movie though. I ain't making no scary movies. Okay, watch this. Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be dope.
Yeah, that'll be dope. That'll be dope. Actually, I would say Smash still. I don't know why I want that to be like a. I just want that to be like some kind of like. I'm saying, but here's the thing: if they do a Zelda live action, how you gonna put him in the Smash? It wouldn't be connected at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like if you're doing live
action, okay. It could and it couldn't. So the only way that I see that it could is if this kid picked up a bunch of toys and you saw that. You know what I'm saying? Like he went to go see the latest Zelda movie, or he went to go see you know what I'm saying? Like he went to go see all these movies, and like he's going to go pick up the toys, and then like when he gets home, it ain't on no Toy Story type stuff. I don't see them like like copying just like that. But like
They do like the Lego movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They go into a you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
from then on is just like the Smash story. Like you don't have to bring the kid back in, none of that. From then on, it's just the Smash story. So you like, oh, okay, this is like off this whole kid's ideas. Now, mind you though, we now know that it's the kid who's thinking of all this stuff. So don't be going too wild. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, dang,
exactly.
this kid kind of messed up.
A little freaky, ain't he?
He got a
What he
little
over there
problem.
doing?
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He got
Like,
some
what he
problems.
doing? They good. Talk to his parents.
He needs some.
They don't.
He need
They
his
don't know
counseling.
what he do. His head got wow, dude. Is he talking? Man, let's
Right.
get him help. Let's get him some help ASAP.
He out here swearing like crazy.
Yep.
But hey, you know what? Now these days, the way they have kids in the media and stuff, they do be kind of throwing little cuss words here and there, and I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
y'all have these kids out here cuss, real kids in real life trying to cuss, and then we
Right.
you said what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Promoting it.
Yeah, like no, that's not cool. You better not. You better not say that. Yeah, nah. But let's get into our trailers real quick.
Yep.
So our first one. Yeah, we're gonna do it like cat. We're gonna do it like cat right there. All right, so yeah, so our first one is the lady in the yard. So
It's just, you know.
let's get it.
Mommy, are you gonna have a good day today or a bad day?
I just feel so sorry.
Now that Daddy's dead, are you still gonna live here?
You know what? I don't know.
Ooh, pity me.
What's in these? What am I tasting? Doritos? I like it. And Mom, there's a woman in the yard.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Where'd she come
I
from?
don't know that either. Maybe she's dead.
Mama!
Come here, baby. It's nothing to be scared of, okay?
Daddy will know what to do.
All right.
Hello? Can I help you? My husband will be back very soon.
We both know your husband's not coming home.
Oh.
I don't come unless I'm called. Today's the day.
Why is your face
Say
covered?
what?
How did she get here?
Mama, I think she's closer.
Hey, you got 10 seconds to get off my property.
You children are such darlings. Ripe enough to eat.
Why you turn this on?
Who is this woman? Huh?
I am trying to protect you.
Close the blinds, Tay. She needs a light to make a shadow. Come on.
You've been praying for me. Let me help you like you asked me to. Stay away from my family. Today's the day.
Don't turn it off.
Oh! Call it.
All right. What y'all think about it?
I called it.
And like whatever that snoring noise was, that was a little too much for it.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? I was like, what? Like, am I?
Exactly.
Hey,
What are my headphones? What's going
I was
on?
like, I got one earbud in. I'm like, yo, what the heck?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
that was crazy.
That was a little
intense.
too much. Yeah, I mean, it makes me want to know why she's there and who called her. Obviously, the wife called her, but what did she call her for? You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like, and why is she? I mean, obviously she must have made some sort of deal. This must be one of those deal with the devil type deals.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks interesting. Am I gonna go see it day one? Probably not. I'll probably wait until it hit the TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't trying to hear all that the sound effects in my headphones. You know what I'm saying?
It's like,
Hold on.
Chill out.
I was about to look at Coco like, hey, hold on, Coco. You snoring?
Like, you dying? Like, yeah, I thought that was your dog or something. I'm like, Dad, what's wrong? You got her on a ventilator? Like, what? She need to breathe. She sleep. She need to breathe.
Yeah, nah, she sleep and she snore, but she don't snore like that. Yeah, that was if she starts snoring like that, just know I won't have no dog no more. She going to the pound. I'm like, ain't have no dog. No, something wrong with her. She gotta go. I don't know what that is. What you think about that?
Yeah, I'm on the same page with SandStorm on that one. I'm definitely curious about basically what's the deal? What's the deal you made with her? Like, what's going on? Because there's so many questions that need to be answered, and you want us to watch this movie to find out these answers, and why this movie is called "The Woman in the Yard." Like, come on now.
Why she in the yard?
Yeah, exactly. Like, why is she in the yard? Why is this happening? Yeah. So, again, I'm not a big horror movie person, and me personally, I'm like, yeah, it looks interesting, but I'm like, nah. My fiance, on the other hand, will definitely check it out when it actually hits the TV.
Yeah, for sure.
So she'll definitely check it out.
All right. So on to our next one, real quick. Some more horror.
I mean, we should be prepared for this a lot sooner.
Final Destination. Bloodlines?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it.
Drinks all around.
Family, you don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one you got.
I always knew this day would come.
I got it.
I don't think you got it.
Do not drink. He ain't drink that thing yet.
I held him up for years.
Oh, you're killing me, dog.
Charlie, get up here.
Oh.
He's a relentless son of a bitch. Won't stop till he finishes the job. Death is coming for our family.
I said, oh, 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 oh.
Yep. That's it.
Grandma, what's happening to us? Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do.
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
I saved a lot of lives that night.
Everyone needs to get off the dance floor!
Lives that were never meant to be saved. But death doesn't like it when you mess with his plans.
Thank you. Oh.
This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe. It all started with Grandma. Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist. Watch out!
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
Maybe death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's that part right there. That's crazy. That's crazy. Look, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I like that they did it this way.
Yes.
Like they avoided the death thing long time ago, and now it's starting to come.
Now it's coming back.
And it's going for the family, not so that means so it's like this. It's like this. If the person that had the premonition and stuff like that is alive and they had children, death gonna come from because they ain't even supposed to be alive.
Yes.
So you going for the whole.
Yes, but didn't know the part that actually caught my attention.
What's that?
Is if you look at like when she gave her the book and she opened it and had like the plane and everything else. Weren't these like actually scenes from like the older Final Destinations? I was like, wait, what?
So okay, I like that little cameo or something showing the okay.
I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, and then when I saw this said witness the birth, I was like, yeah, we're going way back to the very beginning.
So this is prequel. This is how it even started. And what's crazy. Exactly. Okay, so then she had the book, and that's predicting what's gonna happen in the ones we already saw. I like what they doing with this. Yeah. I like what they doing with that. Oh man.
So yeah. So my opinion on this one, like I'm not a horror fan, but I'm not a horror fan, but with the Final Destination movies, I have watched them, and they always been so intense. Well, they're not like Saw intense, but still, the concept of it is like it's that whole rabbit hole kind of situation, different things happening, and don't know like what happens. So now that we're getting a prequel to show everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, you got me hooked. I definitely see this because this is explaining so much, and you have to, if you're a fan of this movie and actually seen the originals and see the clues from it, you're pretty much gonna be like, all right, I know it's this, I know it's that. You're not be like, oh, I know who the killer is, or I know it's that. No, it's just it's more of like, how is this family going to die?
Yeah.
Or survive, but mostly die. But how they're going to either survive or die in this situation.
Yeah. And how does it link
to the
because if it's to that very first one that very first movie, I wonder if he's a descendant of the lady, like that's his mom or something like that. Oh man, it's gonna be crazy, man.
It's too many questions, but this is definitely a must watch. If you have, for anybody who has seen the Final Destination movies, and you may say like, oh, they're not that great or something like that. No, this one right now is going to make so much sense if you have seen the originals.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna tell you straight up, the way I drive is due to Final Destination 2, or is that 3? I think that was 3.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, like when the logs came off the truck. I don't drive behind trucks with logs, any long like stuff that's strapped.
Same here.
If I see one of them, I'm slowing up. Or I'm getting off at the next exit, let it go down for a little bit, and then I get back on the highway when I know it's like way down there. Nah, that's whew. But I'm excited for it, man. I'm a horror. If y'all new to this channel, just check out some of my other videos and stuff. You'll see me reacting like ghost videos and things of that nature, man. So I'm a horror fan. I'm I don't know what you call it, paranormal freak.
Yes, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
So on to our next one real quick. I think the next two are going to be very quick ones. We're not going to do the Jonathan Major ones just to save on time today.
Yeah.
But we'll check that next time. Actually, it's out, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. All right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it starts off with Thor.
Yeah.
Who?
Vanessa Kirby.
Who is that?
Oh, I think I saw.
Who is Vanessa Kirby? Okay, we'll do that then. Oh, I think that's the Black Widow girl, the new Black Widow girl. The one with the blonde hair. I think. Russell. That was a grammar.
Yep.
Beast. He's playing Beast.
Yep.
Spirit. Magneto. Good Lord, how many chairs y'all got? No, ain't no That's a lot of chairs. Ain't no chairs. No. All right. So how you feeling about that, man?
Seeing that giant list is intense.
Yeah, like honestly, some of the names, it's like okay.
So Chris Evans,
once I seen them, I'd be like, okay, yeah, okay, cool. But
wasn't the other person?
Hold on, before like when you see the names and stuff, sometimes like either you know actors' names or you don't. Sometimes you just know their faces and stuff, and you start calling them by whatever they acted in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So half of them names, I probably know, but I don't know exactly who they are until I see them. You know what I'm saying? So we got to definitely see that little, you know what I'm saying, list. I guess on like a Wikipedia one night.
I got it right now.
Like
I'm looking at it right now.
No, but we'll look at that a little later. But definitely, man, like seeing pretty much they bringing a whole bunch of people into this. The question we had earlier as far as mutants being introduced to the MCU, they had a whole bunch of mutants in that little lineup right there. I'm like, okay, so y'all, but okay, so Doomsday, from what I'm understanding, it's supposed to be the beginning of like how they're going to start setting up this battle world thing. For them to be bringing in everybody already, it only makes me sit up here and get more excited about Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Secret Wars is going to be so, you see all them chairs going through down that way, right?
Yep.
There ain't, man, that's crazy. That's stupid. That's stupid. What you think of all them chairs?
Good Lord, that is a list. And that is, I'm just to actually have the great Loki return is like one thing that just is like a fresh breath of air for me personally, because Loki has always been very entertaining, especially the series. The series has been very entertaining, so that kind of gives me some ideas in my mind.
Yeah,
because
we knew he was gonna come back as the the big boss on the chair.
Yeah,
because he's now really a god.
Exactly.
In the MCU.
That's what I'm saying, because again, that's why I'm very happy to see him returning. Mm-hmm. And Chris having to be Thor as well. It's actually interesting to see him come back and stuff, because I think There's a good amount of characters I'm very interested to see. Oh,
My question is, okay, when is this movie coming out? Because don't we have a Thor on like in the productions, right? So we're supposed to get Thor before we get this, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. I mean, so I mean, okay, so yeah, so the death of him is not in this next. Okay, yeah. So it might be Doomsday. Doomsday, he might die.
Yep, because remember, if you remember from the last one, he was actually training the girl.
Yeah, that was a little adopted daughter. Yep. And so that's why I was like, okay, yeah, they about to come out with that newer movie because they did say, you know what I'm saying, that was on the works or whatever. But it's like, because wait, that's his daughter for real.
Mm-hmm.
That's his real daughter.
Yep.
That's crazy. Chris Hemsworth's daughter. That is crazy. But yeah. Oh man. So yeah, now like I said, we don't got time to go through the list right now.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I have it up, but I'm not. I'll save it for next time.
Yeah, because that list, I'm like, I'm about to start going through it myself right now. Like,
I'm looking at it. I have it up. I'm just like, what the hell,
dude, Patrick Stewart.
Yes, that is
like
the best friends of best friends are gonna be there. Oh man,
y'all about to bring. Then I love how they did the last one. The what's dude name? Pastel, whatever dude name is playing Reed Richards up.
Oh,
in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
They're right next to Robert Downey Jr. is playing Dr. Doom because you know they're arch enemies and stuff. Oh, it makes me wonder like. I don't know how much I want. Okay, I want to know how. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do some. Like, is Robert Downey Jr. gonna be in this Fantastic Four movie?
Maybe. I just took a glimpse of the list. Maybe
because, like, I mean, because y'all showing us Doomsday, Avengers. Like, we talking about 4. Like that's about to come out like soon. So it's like there's no way you're gonna explain them getting their powers and not because Doom got his powers at the same time. Like his actual powers. So it's like, hey, Robert, you gotta be up in that. And you gotta be the reason why they're at where they're at. Or like I was predicting, Kane's the reason why they at where they at. But regardless, we seeing Galactus pop up and we don't see your ugly face pop up, cuz.
Something tells something.
But anyway, yeah. Mixing up the, you know what I'm saying? They trying to mess my head up. It's too late for that. Marvel, Russo brothers. That's probably why that movie they just released was so trash. Because they was working on this.
Yep.
They was working on the plot for this. But yeah, how we gonna bring Robert back in this thing? All right, so our last one, and I wish SandStorm was in because this is our season of Lent, and so we are in our season of Lent. We're Christians, devout Christians and stuff. So we definitely like content like this. I've been watching The Chosen. I picked it up. I want to say last year, and I just started watching it, and I'm up to date and stuff like that. So last season, which was the 4th season, that was pretty cool. They were on their way to Galilee, and I think that's where the conviction starts happening as far as trying to get Jesus and stuff like that. So he's on the run the last season. This next season, which I think this is the final season, this is it. This is what makes Jesus famous. You know what I'm saying? His death, his crucifixion, Last Supper, all the, you know, the artwork we all know from Jesus. So this is just a quick 30 seconds announcing the next season, the last season.
Listen carefully, because I'm going to tell you what is about to happen. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
Sharpen our laser, gotta cut you down.
This comes out.
All right, so Jonathan, but yeah. So, what you think about that, man? 'Cause I know you haven't watched the series, but how do you feel about? Well, actually, let me ask you about like as far as like how you feel about series like this or movies even made about this type of stuff.
I think I prefer the series over movies. I mean, movies are great for what they are, and I think the series. I feel like with series you can actually go a lot deeper with them and more detailed and more deeper than what it is. So I think I would be a lot more interested in doing a series in the movies, because with movies you only have a certain time frame and how much you can put.
Yeah.
Versus in a series, you can just already put so much and break it down into parts into a 30 minutes to an hour, and then next episode be the next part. It's almost like kind of, in the words, using like reading certain parts of the Bible, different things like that. So it would make a lot more sense that way to me. And I think a lot. And to some people may not like it that way. They were just like, have the movie be done. It was like me, I prefer to like treat it like a book.
Give you some content of
give
what's going down.
Exactly. Give me so I prefer it that way. So for this being, I think it was the series, I believe.
Yeah, this series. Well, it had a title, so it almost looked like it was a movie. So that almost threw me off
the
there.
Last Supper.
Yeah,
Chosen the Last Supper.
Right. So it looked like it could be a movie, because they have had a movie attached to this. It's a series. The Chosen is a series. So they've had, and I believe, I'm not sure which one it was, but and I have not watched it, but it was a movie, and it was like a quick little movie. I think it was about hour and 30 maybe. I didn't watch it yet, so don't quote me on it. But basically, like you said, like when it comes down to the series type stuff, it's able to give you content and character build.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Jesus acted like the way the actor was acting, even tried to explain that as well. He was like, no, I wasn't trying to be Jesus, even though I am playing Jesus. I wasn't trying to embody Jesus, but I was trying. He was like, what I was doing was like just being, what I'm saying, what you would think a loving, caring teacher would be. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, like, the spirit of like just being that, having that responsibility he had and stuff like that. So it was, he watched the interview and stuff like that, but because I'm not doing any justice right now, but definitely I get what he's trying to say, you know what I'm saying? Because like when I was watching it, I felt like I'm not watching Jesus. I'm watching a very, very great preacher and trying to help people, the naysayers and people that's stuck in their mindsets, trying to help them understand something that they misunderstand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And come to see. So basically that's what a series, I feel, can do. It builds that understanding. And honestly, it gives people a time to really dive deep and actually go back in the Bible and see what was said. Like, hey, was that said? Because the stories in the Bible you don't see in a Jesus movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you see like certain parts, like, oh, he performed miracles here, he did this here, he did this here. With a series, you see some stuff that may or may not have could have happened, but it still brings a humanness to him, because ultimately we have to understand, like, Jesus in human form, so he had human situations and emotions, so we relate to him. This series gives us that humanity of what Jesus was. You know what I'm saying? So I like the way they kind of broke this series down, and this next this whatever is is one of the toughest situations. I really cringe every time I read that in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the night of the Last Supper and what he did before the Last Supper, going to that temple stuff into God's temple. They were in. So for context, for people to understand, like the reason why Jesus got arrested was because he vandalized or tore up in a temple that used to be a temple for praising God. They turned it into a market. So he got arrested for vandalizing merchants' stuff because they were selling stuff in the temple of God. And he was basically saying, you are defiling my Lord, my Father's house. You know what I'm saying? And so he went in there with a whip, and he was up there like hitting people and flipping tables, and you know what I'm saying? So he got arrested for that. That was the thing that really kind of sparked it for that. He was sentenced to death because that crime wasn't death worthy. He was sentenced to death for other stuff, and you can watch and read the Bible. Well, you can read the Bible to see why he got sentenced to death, but that's the reason why he got arrested.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and that's what this is showing. That last episode, the night of, he was basically breaking bread. Like, hey, they coming for me. Y'all saw what I did at the market. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I flipped that table like woo woo woo. You just want to get me. And guess who gonna sit up here and lead them here? That man right there.
Yep.
I'm not gonna do that, Jesus. Yeah, yes, you are. Yes, you are. But anyway, so great series. Check it out when y'all, especially especially those that's curious about Christianity or anything like that. This isn't all like I got a fair warning that is not all like 100% fact on some of the stuff that's on there. You know what I'm saying? They kind of like, I don't know. I guess they replace stuff, or they try to explain stuff to the point where you can understand it, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's not all 100% like, oh, that's what happened. It's a real warning before you go into the stuff. Like, it's a reenactment. It's a depiction. It's not necessarily confirmed as this would all happen, but for the most part, we're following the scriptures and this is what we're going. You know what I'm saying? We're doing our depiction of that. So it's a good feeling series. You know what I'm saying? So but SandStorm had to leave. But tomorrow at 7, we will have the SandStorm show. We're about to wrap up our VitoVerse today. So thank you guys for tuning in to our second VitoVerse of the year. Again, happy to have you, and thank you, Noto, for linking us into our Twitter account or your Twitter account and stuff like that. That definitely boosted up some vision. Some people saw us, you know what I'm saying, us live. So shout out to Dark Sun for stopping through on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And anybody else that didn't comment, but thank you guys so much for that. For those that was on the X or Twitter, if you feel free and you don't know or have not come to this channel, please, I think, did you put a link to this as well? Like actual YouTube? If not, just repost mine and they can find it. But you'll see Trey Vito. I'm underneath Trey Vito on all platforms. Come over, subscribe. Feel free to subscribe. Hit that notification. Also, too, I have linked in, I think, one of my bios. But anyway, the notification is actually linked to my channel. So on Fridays, on every other Fridays, we do lives over there for Noonami. So it's a whole little, you know what I'm saying, situation. You know what I'm saying? It's a conglomerate. And then, of course, stay tuned for the Midnight Suns. I was about to say show channel. we'll have that up later on this year once we figure out, how we really want to do it, what's going to be broadcast on there, stuff like that. But it's pretty much all of our friends together on one podcast, and who knows? It can be any and everything. So
exactly.
shout out to all our affiliates. But Noto, what do you have for Noonami coming up?
All right, so next Friday, well, actually it's Saturday now. So next week we actually have the episode. Well, it was an episode we were supposed to do last week, but ended up getting sick, and the rest of my family ended up getting sick. So yeah, so that was that case. So so we're gonna be doing an episode 9:30 is gonna be the time. The topic is what we have from last week is gonna be set for this week, or this week coming up. Basically is the title is the hood we or not the hood we? That is the question. So that is gonna be our topic today.
Are hood weebs real? If y'all don't know what a weeb is, please do your
research.
Do your Googles. WEEB. See what a weeb is.
Yep.
And see if you classify as a weeb. That episode that we're having on Noonami is hood weeb or not hood weeb. Honestly, are hood weebs real?
Yeah. So
that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool.
So
I might be a ex hood weeb.
So that's gonna be our topic for next Friday or this Friday coming up. I will actually may do a stream maybe tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday to make up for the previous one. I think I'm going to end up doing one of 4 games because it's either going to be Suikoden 1 Remaster or Xenoblade X Chronicles X. So I'm actually going to be working on that. Or it could be Ulterior Yumeria, or which is the latest one we just got announced, Saga Frontier 2 Remaster. So it could be one of the 4 games I may actually post in to make up for the last Friday, and that's about it. And then plus you actually will see me tomorrow on the Sandstorm show because of our topic we're gonna have. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that because I have a lot to talk about with that one. So
all right, well, we'll see you guys. Don't be late, and we'll see you next week. Actually, I'll see you guys next week on the VitoVerse. I'm having my own separate VitoVerse, so you know how we do. I do it every week, but we do the lives every other.